Well, hello again, everyone. I am Gary Gonzohoy. We've had a heck of a night already. I'm glad that we're even on the air here, but this is the voice of the FIS, and welcome to P1's broadcasting of we are now 3 of Season 7 of the Formula Indy Series, and we are here tonight at Texas Motor Speedway for the Sunset Arctic 300K. So we've been hit with the Arctic blast here down in the States, and I believe that is impacting the internet for a large number of users throughout the Central Plains into the Ohio Valley and out to the Appalachians and East Coast. So we don't have Stevie with us tonight, but we do have where they know where the cold is and know all about the cold up in Toronto, where they protect the internet from the cold up there. As Luis Gonzalez Nunez joining us from the cold but friendly confines of Canada. Welcome here back to Texas Motor Speedway, a place you know all so well. But it's good to have you here on short notice for the FIS first oval race this season.
Pretty good to be here, especially in my home because it's warm inside. Outside it's minus, 10 Celsius. There's something like a 6 or 7 Fahrenheit around over there. So it's the first one. The first challenger won Tanner on Fuji. Now Tatus Shortlow won the second. So today we're gonna have a second win on the season and the first oval on the season. It's very important because we have a over the 20. You said 20. I'm gonna check it. Over the 25 people.
Oh yeah, much. Yeah, we got 30. We got 34 right now that have loaded in right now. So I don't think I have ever seen an IndyCar race at Texas with 34 cars.
For sure not. We don't have even in the real life. Maybe the champ car could be in Michigan or maybe kind of close on that. More than maybe 25 or 26. But not over the 34. Maybe in the old IndyCar and the USAC 1760 when we have more than 40 cars in Indianapolis. Try to get it over there or more on that. So it's going to be exciting. So let's see what's happening. We have some expert people like Michael Costello. We have Gabby Sanders, or ex-Lionheart. Papasavas also too, the real guy. The other guys, Benzi also too, one of the good guys in the Speedway.
Texas conditions right now, we'll get that off the screen. We don't expect heat to be an issue tonight. 82 degrees ambient temperature, 84 degrees track temperature. What we do expect to see with temperatures that low and track temperatures down that low, although there is a breezy wind of about 18 miles per hour out of the east, that might play some havoc on these cars, but we are in pack race conditions, but we shall see. This new configured version of Texas really doesn't promote pack racing as we normally have seen before, but we are now getting ready to get into qualifying proper. As you see, Indica Scarlett and Gavin Sanders, the only two cars in the 219 range in practice, and we are getting ready to get into qualifying here to set the grid before doing a real quick warm-up, and before that we'll go racing, or after that we'll go racing here for 300K. Whoa, that went quick tonight. 300K here at Texas Motor Speedway. It's about 187.5, give or take, miles is kind of what that will work out to be. So we are out underway for qualifying. We'll just let the camera change itself between different cars here. Yeah, we'll make sure it's on most exciting. It'll always make sure to change there we go. It's changing cars for us right now. So tonight is the 66th race in FIS history, and it's only the 7th oval race overall. Season 1 was at Indianapolis. That was won by Caleb Bensi. Season 2 was at Fontana, won by Alex Van de Sant. Season 3, Indianapolis again, Dakota DeMaid, who's not with us tonight. Season 4, well, that was a bit of an interesting race, and if you go back to our old channel and check that race out, very, very exciting. it was Bruno Miranda who got to the end there and took the checkered flag, but he did it by breaking the track limit rules. Coming to the checkered flag, he used the apron, which was not allowed, and he was penalized, being the last car on the lead lap, and that promoted Nate Siefker to being the winner of that race. Bruno did get redemption the next season, albeit not televised at Indianapolis in Season 5. Season 6, you saw us broadcast last May, where Indica Scarlett got her long-awaited FIS victory at the Indianapolis 300. So this is the 7th oval race in history. We got 3 oval races this season: Texas, Milwaukee, and Nashville. So each a track a little bit different than the last, but it's spicing up the schedule a little bit, but still predominantly a road course driven league here in the FIS, of course. So currently we are watching the qualifications underway. Caleb Benzie up to the top, 2:17 flat. Seifer second, tongue twister there. 2:16.9. Flaum at 2:16.9. Schlosser 2:16.8, and he has the right car color combination. We've double checked that. Sanders 2:16.8. Allen 2:16.7. Yellen 2:16.7. Spath P2 2:16.9 provisionally, as we have 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to play here. Herman 9th, Kidda 10th. That is your top 10 at the moment, as Scarlett now goes 5th with a 2:16.8. The IndyCar track records, they were all pretty much set on the old configuration. The official track record on the old configuration still held by Kenny Breck. He turned that in 2001 for that ill-fated Firestone Firehawk 600, where he turned his speed at 233.4. Billy Boat, when the IRL used to come here, 225.9. The all-time IndyCar wins leaders here, so no one surprises. Scott Dixon with 5, Elio Castroneves with 4, Sam Hornish has 3. Scott Sharp, Scott Goodyear, Will Power, and Joseph Newgarden each have 2. Many drivers have got one of their few and only career wins here, such as Billy Boat. He got his only win here. John Paul Jr., 1 of 2 wins here. Jeff Ward got his only win here. And Thomas Schechner got his first win here at Texas Motor Speedway. If you're enjoying the coverage of the Formula Indy Series and respect the stream, please do us a solid. Make sure you support us by subscribing. And while you're at it, don't forget to smash like and click the bell so don't miss out on future P1 iRacing broadcasts. A minute 8 left to go in qualifying. Benzie Ingrave now provisionally second. Spath Siefker. And now to the top, a new driver. The general marches to the top. Kevin Burrell, 2:17.6 with the fiercely forward entry. And Benzie second, Ingrave third, Spath 4, Siefker 5th, Flaum 6th, Papasavas 7th, Scarlett 8th, Schlosser 9th, and Sanders in 10th. Cameron Dance just clocks in at 11th.
Forgot about the super chat and all the new options we have on the channel. So it's not the only GoFund you can go. Also, you can donate in super chat and make it some messages over there.
Yeah, if you'd like to donate in super chat, we would welcome that. You can click the button in the chat there, and you can send us now super chats. And getting ready to go official here in qualifying. And that is it. We will get you the starting lineup here momentarily. And we go from night and back to day for the race. Oh, we will get that here. We'll get that on the screen here momentarily. Like it's a day night day doubleheader. There we go.
Back to the future.
All right, let's get the new. There we go. And we got the starting lineup on row 1. Burrell and Benzie up front. Ingrave and Spath in row 2. Seifert, Flaum, row 3. Papasavas and Scarlett, row 4. Schlosser and Sanders back in row 5. Dance and Allen back on row 6. Carousala and Yellen back on row 7. Herman and Kidda row 8. Johnson and Costello row 9. Digby and Durtuck. Michael Durtuck, excuse me. He is in row 10. He's in 20th there. We see cars sliding on the backstretch. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez, launching people down the backstretch. Hill and Sherlock row 11, Solwidge and LaBarge in 12 and row 12. Ogden and Reval row 13. Wang and Bonemi in row 14. And again, hopefully we're saying this right. Let us know if we're not in the Discord chat. But Assailan and Mundell back in row 15. Nixon and Goyette in row 16. Watson and Moss in row 17. And the Tommy Cook in the turn 200 entry. He's going to have the best seat in the house, all the way in the back to watch all that action barreling down through the double dog legs on the front stretch into turn 1. He's back on row 18. Shotgun on the field. That is your entire lineup here. And like we said, one of the biggest lineups we've ever seen for a starting field on an oval track for an IndyCar race.
That's pretty big field. I hope that people are getting like a composure in each other, and we can at least have a maybe 90% of the cars around. For sure, always is the other 10% is some incidents or maybe some black flags and things. But I hope that people can be like composure in the track.
Yeah, I think. Got some cars spinning out coming off of pit road. Pit road coming off of pit road is going to be a little dicey today. That gets a little narrow, but getting on the pit road, Lewis, as you heard in the pre-race driver meeting, getting on the pit road is going to be a challenge as well.
Yeah. So by race control, they say two things. First of all, the pitted in is going to be for turn 3, not for turn 4, like we usually saw on Fixed or whatever other league we broadcasting out here. It's going to be for turn 3, going for 4 to pits. So basically, it's like we see on Iowa or maybe, Iowa, one of the good examples over there. And the second thing is there's no blue flag for sure in Oval, but at least be nice with the people in lead. So if you see you go slow and you see the lead car back to you, just give it a pass.
And here are the points coming into today's race after round 2 at Mount Panorama. Titus Sherlock, your leader. DeFavis is in 2nd. Bensi 3rd. Mendel 4th. Papasavas 5th. Seifert, Ruval, Kidda, Allen, Bonemi. That is your top 10 in series points. Here are the amateur points. Because Ruval is your amateur leader right now. Allen 2nd. Claiborne 3rd. Herman 4th. Rutherford 5th. Miglin Russell, another Rutherford. Corey in 8th. Cook and Du Bois. That is your top 10 in amateur points. Here are the team points coming into today's race. Eclipse Blue and Eclipse Competition are right up at the top, very narrowly on top of one another in points, 138 to 130. Stowe Maroon, 97 points over Vision 1 at 90. In PBR Motorsports, OLF Gemini Racing, TWR Gold, Melamo Fish in 8th, Aero Kinetic in 9th, and Melamo Legacy in 10th. And even though we don't have a race tonight, we do have the points for the Porsche Super Series. We will see next week when they go, or they join us when we go to Masano. There we see Dalton Zaffadil, your leader, over McDougall, Solway, Short, and Watson, your top 5.
You're talking about history of here, 2001, when the champ car, they decide to don't race because everybody's dizzy, but the IRL said, oh, we can do it.
Yes.
And they're racing 2 months later. And for the Casino Magic 500.
Yeah, and it was a way different environment. it was only about 10 miles per hour separating the two cars. But that 10 miles per hour might have been it might as well have been another 100 miles per hour, just that the kart drivers were facing severe vertigo with the G limits that they were getting, whereas the IndyCar drivers weren't necessarily feeling that, so to speak. But yeah, that kind of led to the downfall of kart, started leading to a bunch of if kart already wasn't on the downfall at that point, but led to a number of lawsuits they lost a lot of money on. And eventually, really, I think it was one of the leading factors that kind of led to reunification in 2008, because kart then had to reorganize into Champ Car and lasted as long as they could. And that's unfortunately as long as they could have gone. And it forced the reunification of IndyCar in 2008. Under pace lap conditions here, getting ready to go green here for 125 laps, just about 300K here at the 1.5-mile oval outside of Dallas. Burrell, Binsky, Ingrave, Spath, see for your top 5 as we're lining up, getting ready to go racing. I think the key thing for everybody here, LGN, is just to get through turn 1 safely.
Actually, yes. And also, how you gonna cross the finish line? Because it's really narrow, and also it's really steep over there. I saw many people try to hit over there, and it's kind of hard. So just be careful of that. We have Papasabas with EOL, Jalin with EOL 2, and Michael D. Torque with EOL penalty after batters.
Pace car off under the command of Kevin Burrell, and his first start in the series on the pole. And green flag. Caleb got a bit of a run next to him, but realized he couldn't pass him and had to check up. They're side by side, a whole host of them going into turn 1. First 5 actually starting to break away a little bit.
Oh, we have a spin on the back. Costello. And the yellow flag is out. Yeah. Michael Costello and Titus Sherlock.
Yeah, one of our winners. And not sure what happened to him. He is trying to get rolling here.
Costello went loose on turn 1. What you're talking about. And nothing to do Sherlock on the back.
We see Costello turning into 1, and just the back end comes around. We saw this before, and he collects his teammate. Oh, that's even the worst part about it. And that is day done for Titus Sherlock. That is not going to be repaired. Costello might be okay. He might be able to get that fixed, but that is very reminiscent to what happened to Cameron Dance when we had that top split race here a couple weeks back here on the Tuesday night top split in the IndyCar Oval Series. Just turning into turn 1, a little too much weight jacker in the back end. You're not getting all that downforce generated by hitting turn 1 at a full head of steam that you're normally used to doing in practice, still coming up to speed, and the back end just comes right on around.
Something that the people don't know, when you go to the warm up before the race, all the setup you put it over there is going to the race. So basically, if you put 6-1 plus 20 weight jacket plus, it's going to be 20 plus weight jacket in the race. So it's not like a reset to 0. So maybe that's why Costello forgot that. Maybe. Who knows?
And interesting enough, Caleb Binsey sets the purple lap. Under caution. I like our timing and scoring actually fed me that information. Yeah, let's see. I wonder if anyone else decides to gamble a little bit and come to pit road at the back.
Well, all the back people.
Oh, yeah, some did. Yeah. James Watson, Michael DeTurk, Connor Nixon all come to pit road to get a little extra service.
I always said that were nothing to lose.
Yeah.
Back people. Yeah.
Well, we are under green flag conditions, but we are currently under caution with a lap one turn one very slow spin by Michael Costello. Unfortunately, collected our points. One of our points leaders right now, Titus Sherlock, already in the early stages of this race. Remind you one more time, I will bring up the points and just show you where he was. He was your points leader, as a matter of fact. So this is going to be a huge hit against Titus Sherlock. Fast start to this season. Started 2 races on the road courses and 2 podiums, but the first race on an oval, not even into turn 1 barely, and his day is done.
And also, like the Fabi said last week, he's not gonna be here today because some real life in Sebring.
Yeah. They said he had some real life Sebring commitments, but I don't want to, maybe the weather is impacting that, and he's joining us tonight, but he might be regretting that one now. I don't know. Lights are out on the pace car, getting ready to come to green here at lap 5. We're out serving currently lap 4 of 125. Thanks for joining us. Make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel so don't miss out on the next race. Especially ring that bell. And shout outs in chat. If you have a favorite driver, we will get them on the camera for you.
Green flag, green flag.
And they're already kind of bunching up. About 10th place on back.
Oh, I see Tommy Rubile.
Oh, contact into turn 1.
No.
Big hit, big hit. And that is the 05 of Gabe Ogden.
I think. Oh no.
And
He
Gabe,
forgot to have somebody inside.
he had someone on the outside of him that he did.
Outside.
Yeah, we're going 4 wide to the double dog legs. And we'll have to gather through all. Kyle Allen, I think, might have been part of that. Get some different views here. Yeah, we're off to. I knew that these starts would be a little rough. Okay, that's the 00 of JJ Wang, and he was involved in that. And see from his point of view, so they got a little slowed up. The 41, another one of the Eclipse cars, was involved there. That's Tristan Moss. And just, it got really tight there, that's all. And again, it's getting, and I think we talked about this in the pre-race, is just getting through turn 1 with these numbers of cars in the field. And probably a good number of different levels of racecraft involved. It's just really important just to get through that first lap patiently.
Take up to at least 2 laps to the people understand what is going on around the track. So, yeah, it's kind of tough when well, let me tell you how it started the incident. So, Tommy Rival got a black flag. So he slowed down, and then it came the car with the incident in front of him on the back. It came Gabe to pass him to make it 3 wide, and then there's coming the incident. So unfortunately, maybe Gabe here forgot to hear. Maybe somebody's in outside. But again, so the people need to put the head on mine. Still, we have 120 laps to go.
All right. Well, it's a bit of a slow start here at Texas. Now Tristan Moss is going to be more than likely out, so that's another one of the Eclipse cars. Gabe Ogden, and that very brightly colored and painted. I actually kind of like it. The livery there, the Team Watson Racing entry. He is going to be classified now down in 33rd. Michael DeTurk, it looks like he came down pit road, topped off again. JJ Wang has a new front wing. James Watson topped off again. Kevin Bonimi came to pit road to top off. And that is the only ones that... Tommy Raval also is on... I guess giving up positions right now. He might have to go to the back. The black flag, and so there's going to put him back to the back, or is he going to come to pit road? We're going to just get an ELL here.
I see three people with the black flag over here. So Kyle Muldell, De Tucker, and Tommy Revell for passing to the left side in restart. So I don't know how they're gonna serve the penalty. These two guys, Michael and Kyle, they have the black flag active. So I don't know.
Kyle Mundall, there is Kyle. He is open to having to serve a black flag. And who is the other one?
Give you it now. Tommy Revell for passing.
Okay, Tommy Revell. Yeah, we just saw him going to the back here, so he went to the back of the end of the line now.
Michael De Tucker.
Michael De Turk, he's at the back of the pack as well. But remember, when you come to green, when the track goes green, you cannot pass on the left side of the car in front of you until you get to the start-finish line. You can pass on the right side if the right side's open, but you cannot pass on the left side. So that is key. And here we go, getting ready to go green, coming to lap 9. A very slow start here today for the Sunset Arctic 300K at Texas Motor Speedway. 7th oval race in the history of the FIS. First oval race of 3 this season. Burrell, Bensi, Hungrave, Spath, and Seafer, your top 5 into 1 this time. And everyone safely through turn 1. And Caleb Bensi to the lead.
That's good. So let's not jinx on there because we have only one lap now. So let's see. I hope it's going to be more and more.
Dance to the inside very aggressively over Gavin Sanders for 8th. If you get to the bottom in turns 3 and 4, you will get the preferred line and get the position more than likely, at least early in the race. When the tires start to go off, the higher line comes in. Caleb Bensi, purple lap that time. Cameron Dance, purple lap that time. And we are watching Cameron Dance, 2:16.8, as he is rim riding up top, as he is attacking Indica Scarlet right now to the inside into 3 and 4. And like I said, if he can get the run through 3 and 4 on the bottom, he's more than likely going to get the position and move Dance up 4 spots now to P7 as we watch him attack now Zach Flaum, who's next in line. Cameron Dance again, 2:17.6. Fastest lap. Ingrave to the inside of Spath. It's not going to get there. Spath shuts the door on him. Here comes Nate Seifker on the high side with his Team Watson Racing teammates. Papasavas is out. I think he had a drop.
Oh no, we have 2 cars on the wall. In back straight.
Hayden Herman. No. Nate Seifker. One of the guys that can get a second career oval win today, along with Hunter Ingrave. Oh, no. These are 2 teammate cars.
Nate Seifker tried to make the Brazilian clear, but he didn't have it, so he collect to Hunter. He went too fast. He saw the car on the front. He was, yeah.
Just right on into Hunter, and that's day done for 2 more Team Watson Racing cars as a lot of the teams are taking a big hit in the early stages. Eclipse squad, and so is the Team Watson squad now, as multiple entries now are out.
Papasava, you talking about Papasava? Papasava was
he's back now.
Blinking. So now he's back.
He's back. There he is. So 14 of 125 in the books. And Cameron Dance, he, as farthest and highest in the order, he is going to come to pit road and top off. Get a new set of tires. There are no tire limits today, 100% fuel. So really all he's doing is just making this run last a little bit longer. Here he goes into his stall. He's the only driver taking the stop right now. No, we got Nixon. We have Ingrave. We have Watson on pit road. Tommy Cook. I think Watson has stopped on every single caution.
Well, if it's working on the back, sure, I should be take.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. If you're in the back, you might as well stop every single time and top off. You have nothing to lose, everything to gain. But right now, two of the faster, more higher qualified drivers out with Seifert and Ingrave. Your biggest gainer of the day in the little bit of racing that we've done is Nick Goyette. He is in 17th. He's up 15 spots. He started 32nd. 8 spots for Caustic Solweg. There is Caustic right there. 7 spots for Christopher Hill right in front of him. 6 spots for Kidda. Also 6 spots for Karasala. Tommy Cook, shout him out, up 9 spots. He's up to 26th at the moment. Lights are out on the pace car, getting ready to go green next time by for lap 17 of 125 scheduled. If you're enjoying coverage of the Formula Indy Series and you respect the stream, please do us a solid. Make sure you support us by subscribing. And while you're at it, don't forget to smash like and click the bell so you don't miss out on future P1 iRacing broadcast, including the next race for us will be our Monday night doubleheader starting at 7 p.m. with Mark Murphy and Kyle Clinworth on the call, the IndyCar Open Series, top split at Gateway, and then myself and Luis Gonzalez Nunez will be calling the action for the ISRA Open Wheel Series at Kansas. And currently right now, if you want to check on another tab, go to P1 and you can check our concurrent stream going on at the moment with the with the Horizon IndyCar Series at Homestead right now. Mark Murphy calling the action of that.
Kyle Clenworth is the leader by Altena Santos Lee and Forsyth Oder.
Well, getting ready to go green here this time by, again, these guys are desperately wanting a little bit of some rhythm here to get into this race, to start clicking off some laps. Bency, your leader, slowing him down, bringing down for a slow restart, but a good jump. Green flag in the air. We're back underway. Bency, your leader, off in the 1. Hayden Herman to the inside of Matt Johnston. Slides up in front of him. Oh, wow. I think there might have been a little, that might have been a 0x right there. I think he actually got the wing.
Oof.
Right in front of him, Kyle Allen, Kitta side by side, going through 1 and 2. Oof. Connor Nixon. That might have been Cameron Dance that we saw. He is aggressively cutting through the field. He is your lead car that has stopped on that caution. So he has the new tires and the heavy tank at the moment. But the new tires is the important thing. Getting a big run off the top side down the back stretch. He is going to pass Goyette, and he's going to be on the inside of Papasavas, and he's going to clear Papasavas 2 spots in the length of a corner and a back straight for Cameron Dance, up to 17th now.
Back to the front, back to the, again, for the middle of the pack. Cameron Dance is going fast, and I think so the high line is much better than the, oh no! He got a contact with Brian. He lost the front wing.
Oh, there's a big wreck. There's a big wreck, and it's unrelated. And it is Cameron Dance was involved in an earlier incident. And we're looking at Griffin Yellen and Nick Goyette. Yes. Goyette hit the apron and nails Griffin Yellen. Oh, my goodness.
Oh no.
But what happened to, but the incident with Cameron Dance was unrelated. Well, maybe. I
So-
mean, they were racing near him, but what happened to Dance? So he comes off the corner.
Brian got scared because he got too close to the wall and he bounced into the left and he came Cameron.
Oh.
I hit it.
And I guess Goyette did have to kind of take some evasive maneuvers there, but he caught the apron and spins up and gets another driver. Who you said that was who was that? That's the 11. Ryan Labarge, yes, in the Lego car. And I'm not sure
Everything
anything.
is everything is with the same incident because Nick came, he tried to avoid Cameron, and he lost the car, and
Oof.
all of them in one incident.
So Cameron's staying out there. He's going to wheel around. I think his day is going to be done.
It is done.
Raval getting the is going to get the lucky dog here, I believe. Yes. So there is a lucky dog on the ovals here, which is not a bad idea. Keeps more drivers on the lead lap. So Raval, the points leader in the amateur division, will get the wave around. But now we are 22 of 125, and we have maybe raced 10 laps of that under green. So we are looking at really the earliest pit stops, possibly, if everyone is conserving. We're well into the 50s, even the 60s right now. This could be not quite a one-stop race, but I think we're down to a two-stop race for sure now.
Yeah, because of all of this incident, you can make it more than 80, maybe it's more than 70 laps. No, sorry. It should be 45 to 50. You can make it over the 60 because the yellow flags. But, it's kind of hard to watch because there's too many cars. We're talking about is 10% for the incident. And what the field's getting slow, more short. We're going to have more maybe green flags and stuff. But for now, that's I'm gonna talk about Cameron. The problem is when you're going for something smart to have the pit stop before and get 14 laps short or less in your tank, and you go to the back. That's the problem when you have. So sometimes it's better to stick in on the front because the people on the front is less dangerous than the back. That's what
well, I mean, that's what it seems like right now. I was getting ready to say there seems to be less action at the front, although we did see what happened to Seifert and Ingrave, and they were among the leaders. But, there seems to be less of that happening at the front. We shall see this time by. We're getting ready to go green. Coming to lap 24, your leader is Caleb Bency. You're right. Getting up front is avoiding a lot of troubles. And the first 16 have not stopped at all. So they are on the same schedule. Kidda and Allen already side by side. Now back in single file as they come off of 2. Indica Scarlett to the inside of Connor Nixon. She'll get the position. Now she's setting up Costello and Watson next to on the... Whoa, she had to slow down a little bit. Washed up, arrow wash. That's going to allow Nixon to get the position back on the high side. She tucks back in and starts the attack once again. Meanwhile, up front, it is Caleb Bency, your leader, and we are all stacked up, flying in V formation at the front right now. Gavin Sanders getting the maximum draft, being the 5th car in line, 2:17 purple lap. But now we got Flaum now giving a bit of a headache to Bency, who is on the bottom, holding the lead at the moment. But here's Spath, Burrell, Sanders, your top 5. A number of IndyCar starts in this 5 alone. Probably looking at 500 plus starts right there between all these drivers. In that mess, you got a former Indy 500 winner in the Elite Racing League. You got the Elite Racing League's Rookie of the Year. You have the Formula Indy Series inaugural champion. And we have the IIS champion from 2024, Kevin Burrell, involved here. So high quality, all these drivers in this group.
That is true, because it's a huge series with a lot of people over here, and that's mixed stuff, and that's a good thing. I remember I told you I would like to see many championships in one league. It's gonna be excited, and we have it here.
Hayden Herman again, and Herman's losing it to the inside, and he wrecks! Gets loose off the corner, and we're going to go caution. Single car incident. Hayden Herman getting loose off the corner. Watch this. It just might be a case of a little too much weight jacker. The cars do get loose, especially if you have a low exit off the corner here in turns 1 and 2. But I don't think he had a low exit. I think he came up with the back end, just snaps right on exit. That's almost indicative of too much weight jacker, and noses it right on into the inside wall. So we are now caution at lap 125, at lap 30 of 125. Do we have any other takers that come to pit road? Herman, his day is done. We got the Turk still on pit road. Dance on pit road, still repairing. Ingrave as well, Goyette as well, Seifert and Sherlock still showing repairs being done, but I think they might be nearing the end of their days once they determine what the time is going to be repaired. But right now, I mean, if it's going to be repaired in a reasonable amount of time and you keep having these cautions, you might as well keep having your virtual crew work on those dings and get them hammered out, because you might just need to get out there to get, you know, anywhere between 1 to 5 to 10 laps, and you'll gain like 3 or 4 positions.
Actually, yeah. So is it really good for all of this leader on the front, Benzi, Sanders, Spad, Burrell, to keep saving fuel over there? About Michael did talk. He wasn't the race, and he spun in the same area we saw last incident.
And I didn't see what happened to Michael de Turk, but he is currently out. And a number of cars coming off pit road now. Nixon and Mundell, they topped off one more time. So the long game might be these guys we keep seeing topping off might have the plan if that is going to keep happening here. These leaders go, I mean, it must be pretty. Show some onboards. We will show some onboards for you, that is for sure. These leaders have got to be seeing a little bit of frustration. They're trying to get into a rhythm. That's the biggest thing about these races, is once you get into a rhythm, the nerves come down, everything calms down, you begin to think a little bit more clearly. Right now, all they're thinking is restart, caution, restart, caution, restart, caution. Yeah. They're probably their pulse rate is probably at the same level now in this portion of the race than it was at the start. It hasn't come down at all.
Yes. Yeah, so that kind of thing is when you go to the gym and you're just break after 5 minutes, and then you're sitting for 10 minutes, you're getting cold, and you feel like, I feel lazy, I don't want to keep going. So here is like you lost concentration. It's not like I feel cold. It's basically concentration about, I can't to do this, I can't try to do that. What is the next game? What is this? What is that? So it's kind of hard, and maybe if I on the front, if I Benzi can be a little bit upset about that.
And before we go green,
until Papasava's 32 laps with the same tires.
Okay. Getting ready to come to green. I was getting ready to show the schedule. We'll do that a little bit later. Green flag in the air, back underway at lap 33.
I see on the back Papasavas and Brian and 3Y. Whoa. With Gen 1 over there. Almost collected over there.
J.J. Wang, yeah, he's already had a little bit of a incident that he suffered earlier in this race, so he's going to try to keep it clean and green. We're not sure how damaged his car might be. At least they got a new front nose. We're watching a battle now between, three wide as J.J. Wang sends it to the bottom and power slides through the corner, and he's going to pick up the front nose of Brian LaBarge, but it snaps back into place. Very lucky. And now James Watson, no place to go. Assassin down to the bottom.
Nice brakes on the Brian LaBarge over there.
Nice car control with all these guys. They were just loose, all one on top of one another. Closing rates are extreme in these cars. Papasavas down to the high side over Gabe. That's actually Wang there, sorry. And there's Costello, next car back. Side by side, Connor Nixon and Indica Scarlett. Indica is among the fastest in practice. James Watson getting passed on the high side. Tommy Cook looking to the inside, at least for one position here on Kyle Lundell. He will get, he should get that done here at the exit. No, maybe clips the apron a little bit. Lets Mundell go back on by as he resets going back in the one. Meanwhile, back up front, Caleb Bency is your leader. As the top three starting to edge away a little bit. Burrell still in the battle. He's in fourth. Right behind Burrell, Logan Spath in fifth. Connor Nixon up another spot around Gabe. Solway, purple a lap that time by 2:18. For him, we'll show you he's right there in the draft, right behind Christopher Hill. Meanwhile, back up front to the bottom underneath Zach Flaum, Gavin Sanders. A former series champion, season 1. Caleb Bency, the season 5 champion. Here the FIS, he's your leader. Flaum second, Sanders third, Burrell in his first start in the series in fourth. Logan Spath fifth. Hogan also finished on the podium last season for that championship here in the FIS. And his oval craft is getting better. Sam Karasawa in a battle with Matt Schlosser, who's wearing the right livery today. Kidda in 8th in that red car. Going to split the middle. Here's Christopher Hill sliding up, and he had Kyle Allen on the high side. He just had the roll out of it, and that's going to allow Digby, who's really good on the ovals, to get a big run on the high side.
It's like really quiet. I watched the fight between Waxon, Nixon, Costello, Papasava is okay over there, and Indica Scarlett. It's really tight all the pass and almost collected each other, but they did good job for pass each other. So these are two groups. So you see, the first group on the is it three groups? I think between the first 5, and then you see the other group in the 64. I think it's 22 over there too, and the other group is Papasavas and all of these guys over here, and then 3Y over there with Nixon. Wow.
And as requested, here's some onboard shots with Kevin Burrell, the general. And there his telemetry that you're watching there on the lower portion of the tree. Currently in 4th spot, getting in the draft right behind Gavin Sanders. Zach Flom and Caleb Binsey battle for 1st, 2nd, and 3rd right above them. We'll see the lines they take through 1 and 2. Each one of these drivers taking a different line through 1 and 2. Nice, big, sweeping, flatter corner here after they reconfigure this racetrack a little bit. And they get a run down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4, which are still banked and configured the original 24 degrees of banking in which they were built. Good look out the rear of Burrell's car, and he's bringing Logan Spath with. Logan just biding his time. He's going to take a look to the bottom side of the racetrack underneath Kevin Burrell. Normally, the school of thinking is on the bottom is where you get the most tire wear. However, here at Texas, that's where you save your tires. You get the most tire wear when you rip the top here at Texas. And we see some people beginning to do that as these tires now are going away. We're getting into one of our longest runs of the race. So we hear Burrell drop a gear as he's in the middle of the corner to keep the revs up. He's in 5th. Now to 6th. To the inside, here comes back Logan Spath. Meanwhile, behind them, we see a side-by-side battle between Kidda and Karasala. Karasala is Burrell's teammate.
So with all of this technology on the iRacing, make new one with the debris around so off the
whoa,
race.
whoa. Sorry, as that Thomas Raval having a moment coming off the turn 2, he caught it before hitting the wall.
So before we can use the high line, you remember, if you don't want to use the, for example, Texas, you can use the first line close to the wall. Now, if you use it, for sure, you're going to lose the car. So I saw James Watson lose a little bit of the car, lose position, because he used the high line, and then he went back and got to front again, because the tire is getting dirty because the debris have over there.
Yeah, that's one of the latest updates here in the iRacing service is the debris update. And we are watching James Watson. He is up 18 spots to 15th position. He is the biggest gainer at the moment in this entire race. He's also stopped on lap 15, so when all the leaders in front of him stop, he can go amongst the longest. Yep, Kidda and Karasala. Kidda getting around Karasala, but as they race, they are just allowing the top 5 to scoot away a little bit. But in this picture now is Christopher Hill, the racing instructor. He's brought his car up 13 spots to P8 inside the top 10. Right behind them, there's Kyle Allen and Matt Schlosser. Solway, Papasavas spinning to the inside.
In turn 2.
And another one of the Eclipse cars, day is done.
Since he lost only the front wing, not much damage. Maybe.
We'll see.
No, they don't have a Amiibo flag, so maybe it's just all the repairs on the front wing.
He was loose in the middle of the corner, caught it, and then the shallow entry or shallow exit that we've talked about, these cars don't like, and he just spins to the inside. That was a pretty hit. That was a pretty good hit. I'm not sure what is repairable on that car, but we'll see. He'll make a run to pit road. I would imagine now everybody's coming to pit road.
It should be. Really, 54 steam from AJDB to Benzi.
And who's going to stay out?
I'm gonna say it should be Cook. It could be stay out. Kyle should be stay out.
Oh,
Maybe
Costello. Costello will stay out, and another car is staying out. Connor Nixon, but I think Connor Nixon is staying out to try to get a wave around. Well, he's still moving, so... Is that Cameron Dance? Cameron Dance back? No, he's still on pit road. All right, well, we'll let... Okay, it was just checking out here. Okay, so Costello's going to stay out. He'll get to the lead. He just might want to lead a lap. We don't know. We'll see. Coming off of pit road, Sanders beats out Bency. That's a big move. He passes 2 positions to move up to which would be your first car on the prime strategy at the moment. Michael Costello, he pitted last on lap 15. He's going to stay out. Right behind him is Brian Labarge, who's had a bit of a rough day. Labarge is currently, where is he in the order? 24th, 2 laps down. And he was kind of hoping he'd get the wave around for one more to get one of those laps back, but not if Costello's staying out.
So, Sanders took 7.9 seconds on pits. Maybe he put less fuel on the tank.
Possibly.
Make that 8 seconds. But Benzi maybe put the fuel tank because it's 8.7 on the box.
And I don't want to get a sneak up on us, but can you double check to see if this is what the time limit is for this race?
Time limit.
Here's a time limit.
1 hour and 55 minutes. We have 42 minutes.
Okay.
So we still have 1 hour and something, 10 minutes.
All right. If we have seen races before in our broadcast history that the finish sneaks up on us, especially when we have a lot of cautions, it's like, oh, all of a sudden it's become a timed race, and we just missed the finish because we didn't know it's coming to a timed race. But we still have time left in this race, 56 of 125 laps. Lights are out on the pace card, getting ready to go green. Michael Costello is going to pick up the lead. He is been out for 41 laps longer than everyone else. He pitted last on lap 15. So he's going to give it a try with really worn tires. Right behind him is the lapped car of Brian Labarge in 24th. And then right behind him are a host of all the other early leaders in this race with new tires and high paces. And we are going to see how quickly they want to get around the slower cars in front of them. Green flag in the air, lap 57 of 125 underway. Labarge already lost 4 spots. Oh, Burrell flies by like he's sitting still. He just needs to hold his line and be predictable right now. Everyone passing him on the low side. He also might be damaged. We don't know that for sure, though. Gavin Sanders getting around Costello for the lead. And now Costello's sticking with them.
I think the bet is for Costello stay on the front, try to keep the second place, because if you lose the position on Benzi, it's going to be going down, down, down with that all tires at 44 laps. Defended that line to try to don't get down.
Benzi trying to follow him on through. Oh, Costello defensive to the inside. Underneath Flaum now. Here comes Kevin Burrell. He gets the position. Top 6, all in formation, coming across the start-finish line. Look at that, 3 wide there for third. Different lines, each driver. Very, very typical of this racetrack through 1 and 2. You can pick as many as 5 different lines through there if you, if you have the trust of the drivers around you.
almost collected Papasavas by netcode or Tommy Rebel in turn 1, so safe for him. And Papasavas going for the front.
Karasala in 8th. Christopher Hill now in 9th. Christopher Hill was going to go take a look at that high side. Double downs and thinks about now the inside. Going down the double dogleg into turn 1. Christopher Hill is going to have a run and a look on the low side of the 1. Oh. Kidda now up to 7th as he's now reached the attenuator of Logan Spath.
In the radio sack, the number 20 car kind of protests a bit against Costello because maybe he makes some kind of move he doesn't like it. Some stunting he doesn't like it, so I don't know.
Costello hanging tough with those old tires, 49 laps old, coming to 50-lap-old tires. I know what it's like to be 50-year-old.
Okay,
those tires are worn.
So Benzi also too protects about Costello. He make it 2 moves in 1 line. There should be only 1 move in oval, so it's kind of defended. But makes sense with the 50 laps.
Yeah, now 50-lap-old tires. So you're allowed 1 move, but you're not allowed a second move in relation to the car behind you. If you do, that is blocking. We'll see. We'll watch this battle. It's Costello coming down the backstretch. Kidda coming close to the wall, coming off it. That time Costello held his line. He is down low into 3 and 4. Here comes Benzi. He's going to take a look to the inside of the double dog legs down the quad.
Oh, no.
Whoa! Whoa! And nips the grass right before going into 1. So he recuperates and recovers. Now we see a battle between Burrell and Flaum, who kind of had to chuck up as a result of that. And now under attack, it is Spath and Kidda. And here comes Christopher Hill.
Do you remember the incident in Salazar in 96 or 95? I think so, maybe 96, when he made 2 moves on the main straight. And he almost collected on Hamilton, I think so, was Hamilton or somebody else. I don't remember. And I think so, they get angry on the broadcast because they say, oh, what is he doing? This guy, 2 moves on the main straight. He had only about moves. He was
helping his teammate, wasn't he? I think that's what he was trying to do or something like that.
I think it wasn't the lead.
Yeah, some Pedri or something. I think it was helping him out. Oh, Costello getting a little loose in the middle of the corner, but still hanging tough. We expect him coming to pit road just about any time now. He should probably be able to get into another 10 more laps for sure into this run. Last time he pitted on 15. He's currently 55 laps in this run, but there's been a lot of caution involved. Now here comes Kevin Burrell as he's involved now in this podium battle as he's moved around. Benzi's now in 3rd. He's going to take a look to the high side over Costello. So tell me, LGN, if you're in this race right here, and I know that this guy in front of me has 50-plus lap tires, do I race him hard to pass him? Caution on the racetrack. That's kind of what exactly Costello was looking for. I was getting ready to ask, do you pass him or do you wait for the guy to come down pit road?
Well, if I Benzi, I just leave it because I did 2 tries to pass him. He went close to me. He's kind of aggressive on the move. So basically, you know what? Just focus my line. I don't want to argue with him because more you get hot in the race, more you're gonna mess with your race. It's not my race. It's the race on the front. My race, sorry.
Connor Nixon getting loose off a 2 into the inside wall brings out the caution. But the one driver we want to ride with here, Let's watch this. We're going to watch from Brian Labarge's point of view because this literally, he watches his life pass right before his eyes. Watch this.
Whoa. That's pretty close.
And I'm not sure if he knew the car. Well, he might have heard you had a car up high. But watch this. Whoa.
I think maybe he knew it's over there, but not that new to know it's gonna be lose the car. This is very close. And he even lift the throttle.
And we are getting pit stops done. But Digby is going to stay out. He went 18 laps. He's staying out. Burrell, he's on pit road. And here comes Gavin Sanders. Gavin Sanders is going to get the second position. Burrell third. Flown fourth. Bensi fifth. Go ahead.
Que Chiquita lose the front wing because he have a contact on Costello.
Costello just kind of slows down a little bit. Not sure what was going on there. He had a car that was outside. That's for sure. So he didn't have a lane to go to. So Kid is going to have to come back down pit road and get a new wing, but he can top off the tank. This could be a final stop. This could be a final stop for everybody.
Yes, so it's the final stop for everybody, but I don't know why Costello break down.
Okay, here comes
Talking
Digby.
about the penalty.
Digby coming to pit road. Stand by. We're going to get a word in from Sunset Arctic. We'll be right back for the green flag. You are watching the Sunset Arctic 300 on P1 Broadcasting.
A blind night that uses echolocation, viewing the dark, treacherous world through sound. Trapped in a dungeon keep, endangered by combatants, where hazards lurk around every corner. Make sound to have vision, or don't and be stealthy. Avoid impaling threats throughout the dungeon to escape. Engage with other prisoners.
Rogue Naga I've been hearing about. Could you find the key and unlock my cell?
Free them to fight back with more allies.
Let's take this guy.
The Dungeon Labyrinth has many paths and even more traps. Struggle through the darkness to find your freedom.
We are back just in time to go green. Green flag here at lap 75 of 125. Those that just stopped.
Oh no, Costello! Papasavas on the back.
Oh, and Digby involved. Costello. More teammate on teammate action in this race. Let's watch what happened. Oh, Raval not close to Brian. And so everyone expected everyone to go. No one goes. Papasavas, then Costello into the back of Raval. Raval to the inside. And then Digby just kind of forces into it. And I was getting ready to say, final stops are done for everybody that just stopped. They should be able to make it. We think they can.
So I'm gonna say that the accordion is started in between Michael to IndyCar, and then Tommy Rebel make big gap in between him and Brian. He brake, he waited, he accelerate, and then Costello collect to him, and then Papasavas, And then what else? Yeah, that's it. Oh, and also AJ Digby.
Interesting indeed. And I think, like we said, everyone that just stopped, we think they can get to the distance to complete this race. So that is,
Should be now, yes.
yeah, 125, minus 77, and that says 48 laps, and we think they can do that. If not, get very close to it. So we think they're done. If there's any cautions late, it might just be someone coming to pit road for a new set of tires to try to make a bit of a last-second run at this thing. But the leader is Sanders. Lights are still on the pace car. Burrell, Flown, Benty, Spath, Hill, Carousala, Watson now. He is up to 8th. Wang 9th. Allen 10th. And just a reminder that we've never had a repeat winner in the history of FIS oval racing. The winners on an oval have been Bency, Van de Sant, DeMade, Siefker, Miranda, and Scarlett. Currently, the only people in the running for a win right now that can add their name to this list is Bency and Scarlett. Tonight's coverage is sponsored by Sunset Arctic Games. Sunset Arctic Games is a small indie studio with one goal: to make the most unique games you have ever seen. Purchase their 2 premier titles, Voltic Pistol and Echo Blade, on Steam today. To learn more about Sunset Arctic, follow them on X, subscribe to their channel on YouTube, join their Discord, or visit their website. All the links you need are in the description. Proud sponsor of today's race, the Sunset Arctic 300K at Texas Motor Speedway.
So you're talking about when we started the broadcasting, the schedule, and the next one is Milwaukee. So 35 cars today in Texas. Thinking about Milwaukee, 35 cars, or maybe 30.
There is a schedule. Good timing. Good thing you mentioned that. There you see the first 3 races we are either in the middle of or completed: Fuji, Bathurst, and now Texas. And then we will go to Misano next week, Sebring, Laguna Seca, wrap up the first half of the season, then start the second half of the season at Milwaukee. Sachsenring Spa on the bike course at Spa. VIR, which we've been to before for round 10. Round 11 we'll go to Nashville Superspeedway and Road Atlanta to wrap up the season 7 championship for round 12 in April.
Wow, tough Road Atlanta. I said Laguna Seca is tough too.
Yeah, Laguna Seca is very, very tough. Laguna Seca is the home of where FIS had one of their roughest starts. I think the standing start took out like 20 cars, and the first time they went there in season 1 or season 2, yeah, that was quite the interesting start. Well, getting ready to go green here at lap 79. These guys have learned a lot since then, though. Of 125 leader is Sanders, bringing him down slow. Burrell, Sanders, Flown, Benty, Spath, your top 5 into 1. Benty to the inside of Flown on the restart. He's going to clear him and slides up in front of him. Now move Benty to 3rd, Flown back to 4th. James Watson to the inside of Carousala. Now he's back again. Take a look to the inside again. Joining that battle is JJ Wang. Inside again in the 1 and 2. Just can't get the car to rotate, and it's going to slow up a little bit. It's going to open the door to bottom to JJ Wang. Wang's going to have the run through 3 and 4 and might pick up this position. And he does. And Watson slides in behind Wang. So move Watson back to 9th. Wang up to 8th. Right behind them, we see Allen and Schlosser battling out with Johnston. That's 10th, 11th, and 12th. And the Scarlett 13th. Johnston to the inside of Schlosser. And he will get that position, move him up to 11th. JJ Wang around Carousala. That's an easier said than done move and pass. In fact, I think James Watson saw it to do, and he's going to follow him on through and try to complete it, but no. But look to the bottom side, Kyle Allen. So Watson keeps losing positions as he's trying to make passes in the 1 and 2, and he loses another one. On the verge of losing another one, that is. Allen gets the nose at the line, still hasn't completed the pass yet.
Who's always in the front?
Caleb Binsey!
Oh, Binsey, he said he's my back. And he said, oh no, wait. Oh no, Christopher Hill, he said my bad. Nothing to do.
Yeah, I think what we were seeing here is Christopher Hill got a run on Binsey into the double doglegs and
Logan spot.
Gave him a little bit of a bump right there. And it takes out and JJ, and it takes out Karasala, and it takes out Logan Spath. It takes out his teammate as well. A 4-car incident in the 1 amongst all the leaders. Oh boy. Oh boy.
The commissary is gonna have a lot of job to do this week for next one.
Yep. The race control is going to have their hands full after this race. 84 of 125 back under caution once again. And that just really shakes up the order. We have Sanders, we got Burrell, we got Flaum. They've been in the top 3 all day long. Joining them is, we got a bit of a shakeup up front. No one knows what the running order is. I think Christopher Hill is going to be moved up to 4th. Matt Johnston 5th. Kyle Allen 6th. James Watson 7th.
So just check James Watson when he started and when he now. He is
33 spots.
Yeah.
And that's just, we've seen James do this before on the road courses, and even he'll say that he's not the fastest on the road courses in every situation, but he drives a safe race, and he proceeds in the order just by driving a safe race in a clean car. And that's really what he's done today. We've seen him have moments, but he's been out of the trouble for most of the time. He hasn't been riding up against the wall, scrubbing off speed against the wall, hurting vital parts of his car on the undertray or anything. He is just really keeping it out of trouble so far, and he's got his car in a position here in the late stages, up in 6th spot. So he has a shot at looking at his first FIS career win here, right here today at Texas Motor Speedway, right behind him, Matt Johnson, another one of those drivers looking for their first win. He is in 7th. Schlosser looking for his first win here at 8th. Indica Scarlett looking for win number 2 and would be the first driver to win 2 races on ovals here this series. She is 9th. And Solweg, Kostik Solweg in 10th. He's up 23 spots. He's looking at a possible opportunity for a victory if he could keep his car clean.
No idea on all this incident. I already have it's no idea. Actually, some of the league I participated long time ago. It's happened this with a lot of cars in the field, and one of the owner said, you know what, we're gonna make some heat qualification. When they came the rallycross on iRacing, they make the heat combination. So the first 26 is gonna be race and pass to the heat 2, so means the main race. The other ones is gonna be disqualified because they didn't get the cut. So it should be a good idea for next one in the oval to have only 26 cars to don't have all of this to finish maybe 14, because we are 14 now, and this kind of incident is, I know it's a kind of hard for everyone. It's not fair, but sometimes it's make it fair for.
I think these guys can. It's just a whole different craft of oval racing. I think they can handle big fields. It's just patience of getting through those opening laps and staying off one another. That's the biggest thing. Coming to green for lap 87 is Gavin Sanders, your leader. Kevin Burrell in his first race here in the series with the Fiercely Forward squad.
Takechi Akida and on the back, yellow flag.
Oh, we're back under caution again. And let's see what happened. Kita made contact with the 87 of Gabe here. And he was expecting Gabe to go. Gabe didn't really go. Not as much as he wanted him to go.
But I want to tell you why he didn't go. Because on the front, look at on the front, you see 3 whites on the field. Waxon, Kyle, Waxon, Matt, and the other Matt is waiting for somebody to go.
Allen was waiting to go. Oh, and Schlosser gets into the back of Johnston. Indica got into the back of Schlosser, lost the front wing. It grows back. But yeah, I don't think Allen went when everyone was expecting him to go. Look at that. Yeah.
So that's why it's the first thing you thinking about it is hit the brake. Or maybe don't go because you see the wall on the front of you.
Yeah, and we see Watson gets a little bit of a run. And he's like, oh, he's not going. So now we're green, and now they're on it. And Watson kind of had a little bit of forward momentum. He can't pass there. He can't do that. He's got to wait till the end. Yeah, this is where he start backing up. He can't pass on the left side until they get to the start-finish line. So where Johnston was passing Watson on the right side there at the start-finish line, that was legal. All right, so let's get a good start under our belts, guys and gals. And speaking of gals, I think. Did Indica come to pit road and getting topped off and damage taken care of? Yeah. So she will have among the freshest tires. We're getting down to the point that we're now kind of in a kart era style race now, where just about every car left running is on the lead lap. We'll reset the field here for you. Sanders, Burrell, Flaum, Hill, Allen, your top 5. Watson, Johnston, Solwedge, Gabe. Again, I'm just going to call him Gabe from now until I know how to say his last name. I'm very, very sorry, Gabe. Just let me know and just send me a DM in chat. He is 9th. Raval, he's had an interesting race. I mean, he's had an exciting race from his point of view. It's been a heck of a day for him. Our amateur points leader. He's now worked his way up to 10th. And if at one point I believe he has a lap down, so he got the wave around. Mundell 11th. Indica now 12th. Schlosser is in 13th. So all those cars right there, they are all on the lead lap. And they're all who's left in the race. Although Kidda is now back rolling, 1 lap down. So if we look at everybody who just pitted, Scarlett and Schlosser are going to have the freshest tires here on this run. And we're only looking at 35 laps to the end. So fresh tires are going to matter here.
Yeah, you remember what's happened with the Costello? No, with Cameron Dance. So he went way fast for everyone. Yeah. With more than 20. So she have the one chance. She have experience actually in the ovals actually. So she have a chance to going up, but she need to pass the first turn on my first corner and 2 first corner to getting in, because that's the tough one. How Rory started, and even with the how many 13 cars out there.
All right, and those of you just joining us from the Horizon Series, their race just completed. We are at lap 90 to 91 now of 125. Gavin Sanders, your leader. Burrell, 2nd. Flaum, 3rd. Christopher Hill, 4th. Kyle Allen, 5th. And we are green flag one more time here at Texas Motor Speedway. Look at Indica on the high side of Raval. Raval must be damaged or injured. Oh, no! Kid to the inside, and he's going to slide to the stop. And is he going to get towed? Are we going to go caution? Come on, kid, keep it going. Keep it going. No more cautions, buddy. And he's going to bring it home, but his day is definitely done now. Hill getting around for third. Indica Scarlett now up to 11th. And she's going to get a big... Sorry, she's going to get a big run on Mundell.
He must to go. She must to go. She must to go. Now it's going. He almost lose, huh? He's really going to for the race. So now she have a free pass to going for Gabriel. Gabriel, just she need to make the pass.
So we got a bit of a breakaway up front. It is Sanders, Burrell, Flaum, Hill, Allen, Watson. They are all in this group right here. Johnston is tacked on to the backside. Solwedge is back by himself, watching everything in front of him, thinking, you know what? If someone in the middle of that group touches wheels with another one of those cars, there's going to be a big wreck, and I could scoot on by if that happens. So he is holding station right now in 8th. Just behind them is Gabe. Car to the inside. It's Mundell. He wrecks. And we are caution again here at lap 94.
He hit with the wall in turn 2. Over.
Again, I think we're just getting a little too much weight jacker, and these cars over-rotate on corner exit.
I think so. The finish race is gonna be nice on the front with Watson, Hill, Zach, Burrell, and Sanders.
Well, if you're just joining us, this is coverage of the Formula Indy Series coming to you from Texas Motor Speedway for the Sunset Arctic 300. We've completed down 95 of 125 scheduled laps. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell for notifications of our next race. Next race for us will be over on Monday at 7 p.m. Starting of our Monday doubleheader. Be Mark Murphy and Kyle Clidworth calling the action for the IndyCar Open Series race at Gateway, and then LGN and I will be on at 9:30 for the ISRA Open Wheel Series, and they will be at Kansas. Next week for the FIS, we will be on the air at 7:30 for the Porsche Super Series race, or for the Porsche Super Cup race. That will be at 7:30 at Misano, and then after the completion of the PSS race, we will then transfer over to the main event IndyCar race, 125 miles at Misano. That is next week, starting at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time for the Formula Indy Series. Weather conditions continue to get better for these cars. 80 degrees ambient, 81 track temperature. Gavin Sanders has led 38 of 96 laps. A lot of them in under caution.
Looking for Sanders. I know he was a winner on the Radicals Canada Championship, but last year he was invited for go to the IMSA Michelin Pilot Challenge to race on Road America. So I think he started on 4th and finished 5th. But I think so he went to also Road Atlanta, but I'm not sure. Already is not like standing around over here to check, but yeah, he have a first approach in the IMSA, top 5 finish on Road America, with the Ford, I think it was Ford, is it GT4? Ford
GT4 America,
Camaro.
yeah. Gavin Sanders has 55 career starts here in the Formula Indy Series. He's a Season 1 champion. He has 9 wins, 29 top 5s, 35 top 10s. Right behind him is Kevin Burrell in his first ever start here in the series. Zach Flaum right behind them in third, 51 starts, no wins, 4 top 5s, 16 top 10s. Christopher Hill, fourth in line. He currently has 3 wins, 20 top 5s, 32 top 10s.
So in chat, ask about how much time left. So basically, we have 40 minutes in the servers.
Green, green, green.
Green flag, big jump by Gavin Sanders. We're underway, lap 98 of 125. Sanders, Burrell, Flaum, Hill. And we'll get back to Watson, who's now up 28 spots to P5. Alan Johnson, Solweg, Gabe, and Indica Scarlett, your top 10. Top 3 all together. 3 different lines through 1 and 2, low, medium, and high. They're kind of starting to pull away a little bit from Christopher Hill. Let's get the gaps in there for you. Hill, half a second behind Flaum. He's still in the draft window, still in that draft envelope. James Watson getting that car to rotate on the very bottom. James Watson, that is one of his team cars in front of him in the form of Chris Hill. Fiercely forward entry of Kevin Burrell. Watson, purple lap 218.2. Here he comes. Burrell, the firstly forward entry, looking for a line on the high side. Not finding it there. Going back to the high side. Getting the clear win on those aeroplanes in the front. Left and right wing planes. Providing downforce for the front end of the car. Channeling air into the tubes and the tunnels for the downforce. You see Gavin down low, down the backstretch, holding that IRL line. No one can pass him up high, especially going into 3 and 4. Not until these tires wear out. Here comes Christopher Hill. Underneath Zach Flaum, looking for third.
The Gary Sanders car is really stable. So he make the line, first line to go into the first line. He don't have any move on the car. So what I guess he catch the good adjustment on the car, and nobody wanna take it off from the first place. So he can hold the line easily.
I think James Watson had a bit of a run on Hill going into the corner and had to back out of it a little bit, so it cost him a little bit of space on the racetrack. Now he's under attack from Matt Johnson. Kyle Allen back to 7th. Solweg is now 8th, and the Scarlett has moved up 1 spot now to 9th, around Gabriel. And she still has time. 20 laps now.
She's kind of back, very back. It's 1.6 of Kostek, I think so.
Yep. Oh, yeah, I saw it. And look at the high side. Johnston.
So normally the one in your car, you don't have nobody on your side. You can go high. So that's very dangerous move on Matt to try to go on the outside of Watson, because for sure it's gonna be your fault, not for Watson, because you're gonna get in the middle of the corner. You're gonna make the inside, so it's kind of risk. Just getting inside you. Ooh. Christopher Hill, wow.
Now we go 3 wide down the backstretch into 3 and 4 for the lead. Johnston now in the battle.
Oh no! Oh.
Johnston got a big run out of that second dog leg on the front straight. All the leaders now are all together.
Nice.
And the smartest one out of all this whole group that's not quite with this group is look back in ninth. And look how far back she's kind of pacing herself. I think Indica's thinking that we might be another wreck or two away from completing this race.
Look like it's gonna come in one more. I hope not. We can. I hope we can finish that. But you know what? The key is gonna be maybe some incident when you make the inside on the dogleg.
Yeah, it's like a funnel down there. The track narrows up.
And we have a pace lap down in front. Thomas Rubel, I think because too slow, he needs to park the car.
Yeah, he's in a position where he's trying to finish on the lead lap. He's only 15 laps shy, but there he goes. He's coming.
Nice.
He's coming into the pit. So that's great etiquette on Tommy's part. I'm sure they will all remember that. He is only right now. There's 2 amateur cars still in the running of this race, and he's the second one. Kyle Allen is your lead amateur at the moment at 8. So Allen's probably going to make a little space on him in the standings. But getting out of the way and just bringing it home to a safe finish, a top 10 finish, or maybe in a top 11 finish, considering that 35 cars started this race, that's a pretty good finish after a hard day. Looking at a battle between Watson and Johnston there. They are inside of one another there. Inside into 1 and 2. And Watson clears him. And now, Christopher Hill had a bad exit, and he's lost 2 spots. He's going to lose 3 spots.
Yeah, he went to the high side and almost hit the wall. So he need to regroup again.
But Watson now in 4th spot, up 29 positions. 12 to go here in Texas. Round 3, of the Formula Indy Series Season 7 Championship. Gavin Sanders looking for his first career win in the FIS on an oval. The man's won on ovals before, though. I've been a teammate with him in leagues. He's been a great teammate. He's a great driver. He's a former series champion, has 9 career wins here in the series, looking for win number 10. Coming to 10 to go.
Yeah, I remember on the speedway, he on Nashville, he was started on the front, on the back, and then at some point, 10 to go, 15 to go, he was in the podium without in the map for us. So it's pretty fast. It's Gavin.
Watson loses 2 spots. Hill back into the battle. He's now up to 5th. So again, bad exits off of 2, costing drivers here late in the race. 9 to go. Hill up top, ripping the top. Johnston down low. Hill with a bad exit off of 2, almost up in the wall. He's now trying to protect positions as he weaves down the backstretch. Top 3 are starting to pull away a little bit. Matt Johnson still involved in the battle. He can still get there if he gets a good draft down this front straight, and he's going to be there. He's going to be there in 1. 8 to go.
Hill is going too close on the wall, so he needs to change the line. Maybe it's, the tire is not respond. Maybe he can try to cool down the tires, going use the high line, but it's getting close on the wall.
Three different lines for the first 3 positions through turns 1 and 2. Down the backstretch again. Gavin to the inside for the 5th position. Nothing really Burrell could do. Burrell could try to pass him down low, but the thing is, if he goes below the light line, there's no guarantee that Gavin will let him back up. So playing it safe. Here comes Matt Johnston. He gets in the draft, pulls himself forward. 6 to go. Again to the bottom of the racetrack. Defensive position for Gavin. Burrell chasing. Blaum follows suit. Kostik Solweg all of a sudden's in this battle, is in the top 5. Kyle Allen having a moment. He's losing a position to Indica Scarlet. Move Indica up to 8th. Coming to 4 to go, this time by at the line. It is still Sanders, Burrell, and Flaum, your top 3. This time the new combatant is Johnson in 4th. Solweg in 5th. Watson in 6th. Flaum now 3rd. Was in a battle with Burrell. Flashed to 2nd just momentarily.
So this time when the people is getting nervous and getting the definition for the finish line. So we need to still keep in mind you want to finish the race. Sorry.
And these tires are 50 laps old already, and we're racing like it's a sprint to the finish on tires that are pretty ancient. Coming to 2 to go. Sanders, Burrell, Flaum. The distance is all the same. The order has not changed, but the laps are running out. A lap and a half to go. Coming to the white flag this time by midway down the backstretch. Still Sanders, Burrell, Flaum. Solweg, Johnson back in 4th and 5th as they're starting to pull away from that group, the top 3. Coming to the white flag this time by with lap traffic in the way.
Whatever is happening now, we're going to the finish.
Oh, look at Flaum just rips the top side. Tommy Revolt gets out of the way. Sanders is going to have the lead through 3 and 4. And that might do it for him because I don't think Burrell's going to have enough to get the move on the front stretch. Here we come to the start-finish line. Winner is Sanders, Burrell, then Flaum. Solweg 4th, Johnston 5th.
It's a race. A lot of fun, but a lot of yellow flags. So that's what Gabby Sanders said. A lot of fun, but yeah, it's a lot of yellow flags also too. But was a good show though.
Here you go, Gavin Sanders, winner by 0.025 of a second. And Zach Flaum, he was a 10th off himself. I mean, just a blink of an eye. 0.112 was what 3rd place finished. Solweg, half second back and 4th. Johnson 5th, Watson 6th, Hill 7th, Scarlett 8th, Kyle Allen 9th, Tommy Revolt. He survived that last lap. It was dicey, but he comes home 10th, and that's going to help him in the amateur points battle because Allen only finished 1 position better than him. Your top 20 is Gabe there, Schlosser, Mundell, Kidda, Vinci, Spath, Karasala, Wang, Cook, Papasavas. Top 30 is Labarge, Digby, Costello, Nixon, Herman, DeTurk, Dance, Ingrave, Yellen, Goyette. Lot of carnage for cars this week. In a virtual sense, this is no one has to go to Dallara and order new parts. But if this is the real world, Dallara is getting very, very wealthy tomorrow. Seifert, Bonimi, Ogden, Moss, Sherlock, your top 35. That is your whole 35-car field here for this Sunset Arctic 300K. And let's get some replays racked up here, and then we'll get into the interview room. Sure why that's showing that one for him. Let me get another.
I'm gonna put James Watson as the guy of the day with 33 from back to the front. So good job for him. It doesn't matter how many cars down, but the thing is he survived for that.
Yeah, I mean, that's 27 cars. That's huge. I mean, look at all these other drivers. Gabe, I think, managed to get to the end, I think. He had 18 spots. Raval, 16 spots, 14 for Hill, 12 for Johnston. Solveig had 19. So a lot of these guys just kind of drove to survive. You'll drive to survive. It is a legit strategy. A lot of people don't like it. It's got to go, pass. And sometimes all you need to do is just be smarter than the guy in front of you. Don't drive harder, drive smarter. And I know that's kind of what I call the God so strategy, but it's not a very, doesn't get you a lot of wins, and it's not a very popular strategy, but it gets you to the finish. And as the saying goes, to finish first you must finish. Let's bring up Zach Flauman into the box here and talk to him about his race. He was really with the group all race long. We'll ask how he's feeling here. We'll bring him up here. Zach, welcome to the broadcast. Congratulations on your best finish here in your own series. But, man, that had to be a tough race for you. Stop, go. And then finally when the race did get going, it was nonstop action until the checkered flag at the bitter end.
Yeah, thanks, guys. It was a lot. It was a lot of stop, go. And I knew if I could hold that high side around 1 and 2, I can kind of protect because I would get the run off of 2. So I was never really worried about people coming from behind and passing. I just was trying to get a run on Kevin there and just couldn't make it happen. But I'm glad we got my best finish in FIS, my first podium, and a 1-2 for the team, or a 1-3 for the team. Sorry.
Talk about that race, though. I would imagine that, especially the race to the finish, you got to be pretty tired now because that was some intense racing. I mean, you guys didn't have a lot of stints of intense racing, but that last stint you guys had on that last replay, that last restart, it was pretty much pushing hard every single lap.
Oh yeah, I don't think I lifted except to not run into the back of Kevin. Like I didn't lift through any of the corners. I was only lifting on the front stretch basically. So yeah, it felt good. It was tiring, but it felt good.
Shout outs, friends, family, sponsors, anyone who wants to say hi to on this. I'm sure you're going to be celebrating for a while. So anybody you want to celebrate with, go right ahead.
Yeah, shout out to Gavin for leading the way there. Shout out to all the teammates. A lot of them weren't there tonight for one thing or another, but they'll be back strong next week. And then, yeah, shout out Sunset Arctic Games. Shout out Dakota for making all the paints and the liveries for all of our teams. I've been running a play on my first Indy 500 with Marco Andretti. So it's the New York Stock Exchange car, but in pink and black. So.
Well, congratulations on your best finish. And also from an admin point of view, congratulations on putting 35 cars on an oval. I don't know what 35 cars is going to be like when we go to a 1 mile oval next. But once you guys got racing, it was pretty good here. And the thing is, we know that you had some teammates that didn't make it and some other drivers out there that couldn't make it. I mean, it could have been very easily a 40-car field. And I'm trying to think. There might be one other time or maybe two other times in the times that I've broadcasted races where we've had that many on the track at the same time, but it's you could count it on one or two hands, certainly. You don't see it very often, and that says a lot about you and your league and the way that you guys recruit.
Yeah, I appreciate that. We're building off of the old FIS, so we got a lot of people from that, and then a lot of people came over from a lot of like the Turn 200 series and stuff, and we're growing. We're going to hopefully expand a little bit here in the next year or so and maybe pop out a couple more leagues, and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, FIS is always going to be our crown jewel series for sure.
Well, you race like it today. Congratulations, and we will catch you when we return back to the road courses at Massimo next week.
Sounds good. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. So very happy admin of the FIS, but he earned that finish today. He started, as you see there, he started 6th and pretty much was up in the top 5 all day long, right off from the get-go. Top 3 for pretty much the entire second half of the race that I could think of. So a great run by Zach. Let's bring up the General Kevin Burrell in his first race here in the FIS. Here he is. The General is with us. Kevin Burrell, in your first start, congratulations. You got the pole. Just couldn't find that fast way around Gavin on the high side to get that dub, though. But congratulations nevertheless.
Yeah, anytime you live at a pack race in Texas, you can't really complain at all. I mean, it's interesting because, we ran this combo not long ago in fixed, and it's a pretty similar set, but with a little more front downforce. And it just meant, I think, that the fall off was not enough for me to ever, you can't get the crazy run very high up on 1 and 2 because people get too much out of the inside. And then you can't sweep to the inside to hold the low line on the back straight into 3 and 4. So maybe someone like Rob could have made the move there at the end, but for me, I just didn't line it up quite right, and is what it is. But hey, I'll gladly take a P2.
And it was a little rough going there in the racing. It was a little stop and go. But
yes.
How was the racing for you once you guys got into a good rhythm? You race in a number of other leagues, and definitely some in a very high stature. I mean, how did you think this league ranks with some of those other leagues? And are we going to see more of you?
Yeah, we'll absolutely see more of me. I'm running the whole season from now, I believe. I mean, they asked me if I was interested, and I said, why not? There's a couple tracks, especially Misano and Sachsenring. I don't know them really at all, so I'm looking forward to putting some time in. Just I gotta shore up my weaknesses.
Something tells me you'll do well at those tracks. I have a feeling.
I'm hoping. Sachsenring, I'm a little worried about. I have no reference materials at all, so I might need to get Christian to run some laps. But the racing here, even though it's mostly a road league, I mean, we had a pretty good group going at the front. People were mostly predictable, and I mean, it was fun. I liked it. And actually, most importantly, this starts like an hour and 20 minutes later than everything else I run, which for Japan, 10:20 a.m. versus 9 a.m. is a little nicer. It means I don't have to get up at 8 and get on the rig. So,
well, congratulations on your first start here in the series. A podium finish, P2. A hard fought all the way there to the end. Shout outs, friend, family, sponsors. Anyone want to say hi to before we let you go?
Yeah, of course, to the family, and my aunt is going in for a kidney transplant very soon, actually. So I'm hoping it's pretty crazy, actually. And my cousin is donating a kidney to my aunt. It's touch and go. Everyone, I think, in the family is a little very nervous right now, but they all seem excited for it. And of course, to the team. Firstly forward and do a lot, maybe not the setups in a fixed league, but Hamilton's been helping a lot on the oval side, and I mean, that's it, of course.
Well, best of luck to the family, and best of continued success here in the league. Good to have you here in the Fiercely Forward squad. And always good to add a former IIS champion to the ranks as well. As always sweetens the roster a little bit. But
I always wanted to try this league with the standing starts. I'm excited about that. It should be fun.
I got some videos I could show you of some of the past standing starts where it wasn't as fun, but they've gotten a lot better.
Oh boy. Okay, good.
They've gotten a lot better over time, but the first couple seasons, the standing starts were always an adventure. It's like one of those things that you didn't want to move the camera, and if you did move the camera, just make sure you're moving it to the right spot because it was bound to happen. Well, congratulations. It is so good to have you in the league.
Thanks. See you around. Have a good one.
See ya. All right, and let's bring up a guy we haven't talked to in a while, Gavin Sanders. It's been since last season. Gavin Sanders, we haven't talked to you in a while. Congratulations, sir. First oval win in the FIS. We've had 7 oval races, 7 different winners, if you can believe it. And it's your 10th
Definitely
career 10th career win here in the FIS. So you finally got to double digits for being a former series champion. But man, adding a ringer like Kevin Burrell to the lineup, he was your shadow all day long.
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of fun racing with Kevin, and prior to that, racing with Caleb and Zach and whoever else was up there at the time. But yeah, it was a really fun night. I think for my first oval FIS win, I couldn't have asked for much more. So pretty pleased with tonight. And as my first completed race on the season, I wouldn't say that's all that bad.
Well, it's returned back to the standing starts, and we go to Masano next week. What's your take there? Have you been there before? What do you think about these IndyCars on that circuit? It's not a combination that we've seen before on the channel. What do you think about going forward to this next track on the schedule?
So I've driven that track on Assetto Corsa Competizione, so with GT3 cars mainly. Fun track for sure. It'll be very interesting to see how the racing goes. Lots of wide braking zones and I would say large braking zones. So should be a lot of overtaking for sure, and it'll be a fun race. I don't know what the weather will look like, but should be enjoyable. I would think no problem at all. So.
Well, congratulations on the win. It's been a while. It was last season. I think the last win for you might have been Long Beach, and then you went on a bit of a hiatus from the real world, stepped in and took you for your real driving duties. But good to have you back. Good to have you as an active member of the championship and on the roster. But shout outs, friends, family, sponsors. I know you have them. It's been a while. Go right ahead.
It's been a while. Big thanks to Zach for Team Melamo and all the support. Big congratulations to Zach as well on the podium. That's a massive accomplishment for a guy who puts in the time and the effort week in, week out. So couldn't be happier for someone else to be on the podium with us. And big thanks to you guys for putting on epic broadcasts. I can't believe I went and clicked on for Bathurst and I was like, this looks phenomenal.
Thank you.
So massive credit to you guys, and big thanks to just the community. This series never fails to bring out 30 plus people, and it is the I would say the lifeblood away from the professional esports realm of things. So super proud of the community, and yeah, just looking forward to keeping on racing. So.
Well, congratulations on the W. It's been a while, but good to have you back in Victory Lane. We'll catch you at the next one next week, but go celebrate.
I have a question before you go, Gabby.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Do you gonna race this year in Toronto?
I will be as most things.
Because last year you didn't.
I did not know. I was too busy with a headset on last year, just screaming into microphones. So I obviously with people committing to programs and stuff, I do think we will be in Toronto. I will not be driving. That is 100% confirmed. So but I'll be kicking it and hanging around. So
Lewis wants a garage pass.
Oh, that can be arranged.
There we go, Lewis. We'll get you into the garage.
No. Actually, no. It's really that I saw you on 2023. You remember?
I remember.
Yeah. So yeah, I went to next year, and it's like, oh, it's not here. And then it's like, oh, okay. Anyways,
yeah,
that's pretty good.
I'll be around in the support paddocks, and if you need anything, just let me know. Anybody, if anybody needs anything, let me know. We can always assist if you want to come to Canada.
All right, congratulations, and we'll see you for reals in Toronto, but we'll see you in the virtual world next week.
Sounds good. Thanks, guys.
See ya.
Take care.
See ya.
Wow, what a race. Points are updated, so I like to update everybody on that as we get the standings here. Titus Sherlock, despite finishing dead last, I think, in this race, is still the points leader by 7 points over Caleb Binsey. DeFabus is third. Mundell is fourth. Flaum up 11 spots to fifth. Reval is tied with him in fifth. He's up 2. Allen up 2 to seventh. So Reval still is your amateur leader. Allen is second. Kidda is in eighth. Papasavas is also tied with Kidda in eighth, but basically we'll call it ninth. And James Watson moves up 5 spots to 10th. So that is your top 10 in the points for the Formula Indy Series Season 7 after round 3, Texas Motor Speedway. Buddy, I really appreciate you being on the broadcast today. And I think you got a bit of a treat to see a heck of a race out there with a league that continues to put 30-plus cars on the grid every single week.
Yeah, it's very. I was in Fuji, and really, my screen was like crazy because you cannot keep all that 30 cars and in the track. So today I saw all the cars, but it's really interesting to see the high level that we have over here. The high level we saw on Bathurst. I think so. Bathurst was most difficult than here. So I hear it's just a patient, but there is over there in Australia was more technical stuff like how to, it's hard. It's very hard to drive it in Bathurst. So really shout outs for that. And today was a normal race. We know you're really broadcasting a lot and also race a lot. Me too, with 30 cars in leagues and broadcasting also too. And you can figure out it's something we're gonna see every time with 30 cars. It's not easy to be with 30 cars, but they did it. They did it very well. It could be worse, for sure. Could be worse, but at least we have the good battle on the end with Sanders, Barrel, and Zach, and also try to IndyCar Scarlett going over there. James Watson with more the 27 spot in there. And something that these people thinking about it, we see this is the guys, they know how it's going to the end. Unfortunately, Benzi Logan was out of the contender by the incident with Christopher Hill, but was a good race, and we have a good show today. I know it's a 1 hour and 30 minutes in the race, but was a pretty good the end race we have for Gary Sanders as a winner.
This league is really one of the top 10 leagues on this service, one of the private leagues on this service, which is easily one of the top 10. And if you watch it at home and you're thinking about that you want to be a part of this, all the links to be a part of the Formula Indy Series should be in the description. Check them out. And if you think you have what it takes to be part of this lineup, we definitely welcome the competition. But again, this is a top-notch, top 10 high-quality league. And even in top 10 high-quality leagues, they have their moments on the road course or on the ovals. And sometimes it got that way a little bit today. But you know what? Even the pros, we've seen the real IndyCar races get down to just 12 cars out of 30 running before. So, you know what? It's part of racing. And these guys did a really, really good job. So that's it for tonight. Once again, your podium from Texas Motor Speedway. Gavin Sanders with his 10th career win here in the Formula Indy Series. Kevin Burrell on his debut getting the P2 position. And Zach Flaum getting his best career finish here in the FIS, coming home on the third spot, that bottom step on the podium. I'm sure that champagne is tasting just as good on the bottom step as it would be for him on the top step. Congrats to him and congrats to his team for a solid day. Join us again next week for round 3 of the Porsche Super Series and round 4 of the Formula Indy Series Championships. We head back to the road courses and the Macedo's, and I keep saying it wrong, Macedo World Circuit in Italy. For the Macedo Grand Prix, coverage begins with the PSS support race around 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, immediately followed by the 125-mile IndyCar race. Remember, we return back to our old start time. It's a later start than normal because of, or actually we're an earlier start than normal because, or I shouldn't say normal. It's an early start as always because when we're on road courses this season, it's always part of a racing doubleheader. So to make sure you don't miss any of the action, make sure you check out our YouTube channel at youtube.com/ at P1 Broadcasting, and you get the correct broadcast time in your area so you won't miss a thing. Now, as you know, the YouTube algorithm game is not an easy one, so please help support P1 with the weekly grind. Leave a comment below. Let us know your thought on tonight's race. If you enjoyed tonight's coverage, support us by smashing the like in the video. If you're new, click subscribe, and while you're at it, hit the bell for weekly reminders so don't miss out on more P1's other iRacing programming, including our Monday night IndyCar doubleheader, kicking off with Murph and Clindy calling the action for the iRacing IndyCar Open Series Monday night top split from Gateway, followed up with myself and Luis Gonzalez Nunez calling the action at the ISRA Open Wheel Series at Kansas. All that's next Monday starting at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Don't miss it. Tonight's coverage sponsored by Sunset Arctic Games. Sunset Arctic Games is a small indie studio with one goal: to make the most unique games you've ever seen. Purchase their two premier titles, Voltic Pistol and Echo Blade, on Steam today. To learn more about Sunset Arctic, follow them on X, subscribe to their channel on YouTube, join their Discord, or visit their website. All the links are in the description. Track cams for this race are provided by Whiplash Sim Cams. To get the most out of your iRacing experience with Whiplash Sim Cams. To learn more, like Whiplash on Facebook or follow them on X today. Links are in the description. You can also check them out on Instagram. For business inquiries, to learn more about P1 and what we do, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, our X, and also Instagram. You can follow all of our socials on Linktree or check them out in the description. So for Luis Gonzalez Nunez, everyone here at the FIS and P1, I'm Gary Gatso, the voice of the FIS, saying to all good night and thanks for watching, and to all of our men and women serving in the military and as first responders, Godspeed, God bless, come home safe. Catch us again next week in Italy for the next race of the Formula Indy Series on P1. Good night.